That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. A 6% chance that he will be going, that he will be moving to Kalihi from Waianae. So Dave, can you say this is a local boy since we're here in Waianae right now?
I guess, why not? Of course, Cheap Heat. Oddly familiar here to AZW.
Dave, do you have any information on this, on Cheap Heat?
No information. This first time we'll see him in action, of course, going against Lopaka. We've seen numerous amounts of times. Cheap Heat, maybe looking for a different type of action. And we are underway. Referee calling for the bell.
Oh!
Cheap Heat with a cheap hit, and Lopaka trying to remove his shirt.
Cheap shot. That was like a Price Buster's cheap shot.
And those chops, hard chops in the corner there against Lopaka. Lopaka, the veteran, much respected here in the AZW. That headbutt by Cheap Heat.
No, he totally took Lopaka off guard there.
Of course, many newcomers here in AZW, and Cheap Heat, nobody knows about him, I guess.
Other than that he wears cheap clothes and a cheap mask.
Very tight-fitting clothes.
Very tight-fitting. Man, we can see his religion from here.
All right, and Cheap Heat with that hard clothesline to Lopaka, the veteran, having trouble here already. Not even getting into all his wrestling or taking it off, I guess. Those kicks to the back of Lopaka.
Well, this is a smart move by Cheap Heat. You want to keep a guy like Lopaka down at all times.
And of course, the Lopaka, the veteran here, may be having some trouble. This is his first match since suffering a broken ankle back in October 2004. So a year out of wrestling, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely. You know, any kind of injuries does hurt a wrestler, even when he's coming back in. You know, this is ring rust.
And so far, it looks like Cheap Heat taking advantage of that ring rust, that injury. Still, do you think it's still affecting Lopaka here?
Oh, definitely. The one thing with Lopaka is that he has these deadly kicks. I know firsthand. I felt those kicks myself. It is not a pleasant sight, Dave.
All right, and Cheap Heat taking Lopaka out, going to that second rope there, climbing to the top rope now is Cheap Heat. Maybe we have a new high flyer here in AZW.
I think so. Beautiful crossbody.
And with the cover, 2 count, kick out by Lopaka.
First high-risk move of the evening. And the audience is just loving it.
Lopaka heading out to the ring, taking a breather, and Cheap Heat right after him. Taking his head right into that post on the ring there, Lopaka to the ground. So far, Cheap Heat with the advantage this entire match.
I love it when the wrestlers go on the ground. As you know, Dave, I'm a hardcore wrestler myself, so I spent much of my wrestling career out on the ring floor.
On the ring floor and bloodied.
And burning. And scratched.
Resetting the count as Cheap Heat enters the ring. Lopaka still taking that breather. Trying to re-enter the ring. Of course, Cheap Heat preventing that.
Was that an Asiatic spike? Did I just see an Asiatic spike? What, that move hasn't been around since the 70s.
That hard chop by Cheap Heat. Oh, the reverse by Lopaka. Hard chop to the chest there. Looks like Lopaka now taking the advantage. Maybe this is a turning point for Lopaka.
Oh, he's pissed off now. Listen to those chops. Listen to those chops.
Lopaka has him in the center of the ring, setting him up here.
That's a Michinoku driver. That's another patented move by...
Looks like Cheap Heat getting out of the way before Lopaka could administer the people's elbow. Looks like he's going for Cheap Heat outside of the ring.
I thought that was trademarked already. Apparently not.
The Lopaka elbow, we'll call it then.
Okay.
Cheap Heat now re-entering the ring. Lopaka.
We're still waiting for those vicious kicks that Lopaka has.
We'll see if that ankle's fully recovered. No, so far, no of those kicks in this match just yet. Mostly power moves by Lopaka and hard chops, as seen there.
Yeah, he mad. I think Cheap Heat's going to be discounted again, man.
Of course, Lopaka with that chokehold on Cheap Heat, going against the opposite corner, coming against him, missing, going right into the turnbuckles. Great maneuver there by Cheap Heat to dodge that block.
Very smart move. You know, he may not have been on the top rope, but that was a high-risk maneuver.
Cheap Heat with the advantage once again. Takedown to Lopaka, center of the ring.
Beautiful armbar. You know he's hyperextending that elbow as we speak, and he's on the ropes.
So Cheap Heat, a little cheating there. Referee does not notice. Maybe to the advantage of Cheap Heat to go for the ankle of Lopaka.
You know what? Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he's so new that he doesn't know the weak points. You know, that's why it's so important for wrestlers to study their opponents, watch tapes, hours of footage. You know, it only makes you better. Hell, you could even steal a couple moves. Everybody's seen it before.
It looks like now Lopaka with the advantage. That hard kick to the back of Cheap Heat, taking him down in the ring, taking him back up now.
Again, those vicious kicks. Another one right to the back.
Lopaka now taking full advantage of those kicks. Obviously his trademark here in the AZW.
Beautiful deathlock.
You know, you hear the screams of Cheap Heat from here. Lopaka's, is he tapping out? Referee did not call it yet. There you go, there's the match. Lopaka with a submission hold on Cheap Heat, winning this. The veteran taking down the newcomer, Cheap Heat. Cheap Heat still in the ring. Not a bad start for the newcomer, though.
Not a bad start, but again, the dominant lion rules here in Action Zone Wrestling.